Hey YouTube, it's Geoffrey here in Guangzhou, China. Yes, I forgot to mention this part of the journey because I kind of forgot about it. I have a very long layover here in Guangzhou. It's like 17 hours and I've still got another 7 or 8 hours left of it, so I'm just out here exploring. I don't have a map, but I am staying within reach of the nearest subway station and testing my directional abilities to do so. But it has been an interesting morning so far. I think it's about 8 something o'clock, and I have found my way out to this little park, which is surprisingly quiet for being in the middle of a city which is quite large, and was surprisingly dark last night. Not a lot of lights were on. I'm not sure what to make of that, but maybe I'll go into that later. But anyway, I kind of wanted to check in and wanted to mention one bit of this whole adventure that I've had so far. That a few months ago, I came to this realization that my life in the US was just kind of boring, and I thought a lot of it had to do with my job, which had a factor in it because it wasn't as intellectually stimulating as I had hoped it would be. But I thought the solution was just to be more active and go do more things and find some different hobbies and do things that kept me interested. But no, it was just being in the US. Not necessarily anything against the US, but just because that's what I'm used to and that's what I'm comfortable with and that's what I understand. And so being abroad, wherever it is, China or Europe or whatever, is interesting just because it's different, even in the mundane little details. I had really feared that my 2 days of travel would just be a brutal slog of monotony, because I had done a lot of traveling over the last couple months. I've done the whole flying thing multiple times, but this was a whole different animal. Even just the fact of getting from point A to point B was in itself just an adventure. I arrived at San Francisco International because I had set up some discontinuous flights and walked into one terminal, which I thought was the international terminal, which apparently was the international terminal, but China Southern doesn't fly out of that terminal, so they weren't on any of the boards and I didn't really know where to go. So that was slightly confusing, but I eventually did find the flight and realized that it was a 12-hour flight about 11 hours into the flight, so that was fun. And of course the whole process of going through that and the stop in Wuhan, which I didn't know was going to be a stop in Wuhan. I thought we were just gonna stop and I would stay on the plane, but no, I had to get out and go through customs, which was an adventure in itself, and they forgot to give me an important piece of paper that would allow me to get back on the plane. So it has been a whole adventure. And then of course I get here to Guangzhou and apparently they'd set up a hotel for us, which I didn't know beforehand, which was really nice. Because we got in at like midnight. But yeah, this whole process of just getting from point A to point B has been an incredible adventure, and that's why I love traveling, and that's why I do it, because it's never boring. It's always interesting, even in the smallest details, and sometimes it's just utterly incomprehensible, and sometimes the people I meet are just utterly incomprehensible, and I have no problem saying that because I'm utterly incomprehensible to them. They have found my boots to be just fascinating. I don't know why. I guess I haven't seen anyone else wearing boots anything like this, but they found it strange. I've had multiple people just stare me down for seconds at a time. But it's been fun nonetheless. I don't know when this will get posted. It's probably going to be multiple days after this actually happened. But just wanted to let you guys know where I am and what's going on. So yeah, I'll try to check in from Thailand. See ya.